Good morning, students. I am Hemant Saw, and now we are going to the chapter first of 6th class, knowing our numbers. First, page number 2, 1.2, comparing number. You learned about the comparing number in the 5th class, but now we comparing the number from the variety type of this. How? First example, there have 5 numbers. Here, the digit of the number is 2 in the first number, and the digit of the number is 3 in the second number, and the digit of number 4 in the fourth number, and this number there have 5 digits. So we can clearly find that what is the greatest number and what is the small number. Okay, which is the greatest number and which is the small number. From here we can clearly tell you what is the greatest number of here. This is the greatest number. Why? Because they have 5 digits, so that's why it is the greatest number, and they have smallest number. What is this? Is the smallest number, and this is the greatest number. Okay, they have only 2 digits, so that's why it is the smallest number, and they have 5 digits, so that's why it is the greatest number. And in the case if they have 4 digits in all numbers, so we how can we find out the how can we find out the greatest number and the smallest number? So we found the first number of the number. First number they have 1, and they have also 1. They have 9. They have 9, and they have 9. Okay. Next, second number we watch over them. So the 9 and 1. The smallest number is the 1. So 1 they have 1. 2 number has 1, and we watch over the second number of those numbers. Second number is 9, also same, and third number is 0, and there have third number is 2. So 0 is the smallest, then 2. So this is the smallest. This is the smallest number from both, and then we watch over of 3 numbers. What is the greatest number of these? What is the greatest number? At the 3 numbers, there the first digit is 9, 9, and 9, the same, and the second number is 2, 0, and 2. So 0 is the smallest of these. So we compare this and this. We get third number. Third number there have 0, and third number there have 1. So 1 is the greater than 0. So that's why it is the greater of these. So whole number, it is the whole smallest number of this, and it is the greatest number of this. Understand, students? There are some example. Find the smallest and greatest number in each row. There have we find the what is the smallest number and what is the greatest number of those numbers. So in those number we can easily find out there what is the smallest number. This is the smallest number. Why? Because they have only 2 digits other than this number. And what is the greatest number of those? This is the greatest number. This is the greatest number, and this is the smallest number. Because they have the small digit of number, and they have the great 5 digit of number. So that is what it is the greatest number of. Then all 3 is the homework of you. Next, we are going to the page number 3. How many numbers can you make without repetition? Without repetition. Okay, repetition के बिना how many numbers you can form? Only 2 numbers. Only 2 4-digit numbers. How? First number you can write here 7, 8, 3 and 5. Then it is, you can write 5, 3, 8, 7. Also you can write here at the right here 8 at first, then 3, then 5, and then 7, and you can write 3 after 5, after 7, after 8. So you can form the number without repetition, 4-digit number. And next, in the case if there have 1 0, suppose the number 1 0 5 and 8, and if I tell you what is this, how can you form the 4-digit number of these numbers, and how can you form the 4-digit numbers in smallest number? So greatest number, how you form the greatest number? Greatest number for the arranging the descending order of the digit of the number. So descending order, all those numbers, they have the 8 is the greatest number, so 8 is first written, then 5, then 1, and after then 0. You can form like this, you can form the greatest number using these numbers. And the smallest number, how can you form the smallest number? For you, if you think the ascending order, you arrange the ascending order of the digit. So there have 0 at first, after 1, after 5, and after 8. But it is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because 0 is no value before the digit. Okay? So how can you form it? At first 0 after 1 is the smallest, after 0, after 5, and after 8. It is the form of the smallest number. It is always students make the technical fault for 0, 1, 5, and 8. It is the form of 3-digit number. Okay? It is the form of 3-digit number. It is not the 4-digit number. Not the 4-digit number. Okay? So that's why it is the wrong. And this is right. This is form is right for the smallest 4-digit number. Now we try this. Make the greatest and the smallest 4-digit numbers without repetition. Okay? So how can you write for the form the greatest 4-digit number of these numbers? So we arrange the digit of these, the descending order. So descending order, the greatest to smallest. Descending order means greatest to smallest. From those number digit, they have the greatest digit is 8, after 7, after 4, after 2. This is the greatest number formed using this number. And smallest number, for the smallest number, it should be arrange the digit in ascending order. Okay? So ascending order, first comes 2. 2 is the smallest number, and then 4, and then 7, and then 8. This is the form of smallest number for using these numbers. After, how can you form this using these numbers, this digit? First, greatest number, you form the greatest number for arranging the descending order of the digit. So descending order, the greatest descending order, first write 9, after 7, after 4, after 1. This is the greatest number. And smallest number, you can easily write here smallest number. How? From greatest number last से first तक लिख दो तो smallest number हो जाएगा. How? 1, after 4, after 7, after 9. Okay? Okay, thank you students, and do or C, D and E is the homework for you. Okay, do it must in your homework. Okay.